What if the pain you've been through could actually make you the strongest person in the room? What if the heartbreaks, disappointments, and deep emotional wounds weren't just meant to break you, but to shape you into someone powerful, calm, and unshakable? That's exactly what happens with Sigma females. They don't let their pain define them. They transform it into fuel for growth. Stick around, because we're about to dive into how these remarkable women overcome challenges, rise above struggles, and show a kind of emotional strength most people can't even explain. So, who are Sigma females? Maybe you've heard the name before. People often describe them as mysterious, independent, and different from the crowd. But the real secret lies in their inner strength. It's not something you can spot at first glance. It's built quietly through tough times and personal battles. For many women today, being emotionally strong isn't just helpful, it's necessary. We live in a world that tells women to follow certain rules, to fit into boxes, to be what others expect. But Sigma females don't play by those rules. They don't pretend. They don't perform. They rise above all of it. And how? By facing their pain, not running from it. In today's video, we're taking a closer look at what gives Sigma females that deep, quiet resilience. We'll uncover how they turn pain into power and why they grow stronger every time life knocks them down. Let's be honest for a minute. As women, we're often told to be kind, patient, soft. We're expected to juggle careers, relationships, families, and still smile through it all. But that's a heavy load. It can drain you, make you question yourself, make you forget who you are underneath all those roles you're trying to play. Yet somehow, some women rise above all that noise. They don't collapse under the pressure. They grow stronger. Those are the Sigma females. No matter what life throws at them, they keep standing. Not because life is easier for them, but because they've learned how to deal with pain in a powerful way. Now, here's something to think about. Why do some women come out stronger after heartbreak or disappointment, while others feel stuck in it? What makes Sigma females so different? If this message is hitting home for you, and you're curious about how Sigma women thrive through life's storms, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. Now, let's get into what truly makes them stand out from the rest. Sigma females aren't born with magical powers that keep them calm during hard times or emotionally strong during struggles. Their strength doesn't just appear out of nowhere, it's built through tough experiences. When people say they are born from pain, it means that the difficulties they go through play a big part in making them emotionally strong. They're not naturally unbreakable. They've been shaped by life's challenges. Every painful moment has helped mold their strength, little by little. From a young age, Sigma females often deal with tough situations, maybe family problems, personal losses, or pressure from society. They're not superhuman. They feel pain like everyone else. But what makes them different is how they handle it. They don't let it break them. They learn from it, grow stronger because of it, and use it to build their inner power. Instead of running away from painful experiences, they face them, learn valuable lessons, and keep going. Each hard time becomes a moment of learning. Sigma females discover more about themselves, their limits, their abilities, and what they really need to succeed. This is what makes them stand out. They don't pretend everything is okay, and they don't act like pain doesn't hurt. But they don't let it stop them either. They let it teach them. They use it as fuel to build resilience. Many Sigma females grow up facing emotional, social, or personal challenges. It might be a toxic relationship, a rough family background, losing someone they love, or feeling like they don't belong. These experiences are painful, but they play a big role in shaping who Sigma females become. Where some people feel crushed by their pain, Sigma females use it as a tool for transformation. They don't let it ruin them. Instead, they let it push them to grow and change for the better. It's through those hard times that they learn how to adjust, how to survive, and how to thrive. Often, Sigma females have to deal with their struggles alone, and it's in that solitude that they build one of their greatest strengths, independence. They don't wait around for someone to rescue them, they figure things out for themselves. This self-reliance becomes a key part of their emotional strength. It means they can handle hard situations without needing approval, comfort, or support from others. They don't get stronger because they don't feel pain. They get stronger because they face pain bravely and come out the other side wiser. They know that real strength isn't about avoiding hurt, but about learning how to move through it. Each painful moment teaches them something new about who they are and what they're capable of. One of the most powerful but hidden things about Sigma females is that they don't show their pain to others. They don't talk about their struggles in public. They don't ask for attention or sympathy. Instead, they carry their pain quietly and use it to build themselves up from the inside. Because of this, many people assume Sigma females don't suffer or feel deeply. But that's not true. They feel just as much pain as anyone else, maybe even more. The difference is they process it silently. They think about it, work through it alone, and grow stronger from it, without anyone noticing. When something hurts them, they don't make a scene. They don't cry out for help. Instead, they go inward. They spend time thinking, reflecting, and healing in their own way. They don't show their emotional wounds on the outside. They carry them with quiet pride and grace. This quiet way of dealing with pain is part of what makes them so special. They don't need others to tell them they're strong. They already know it. Their strength is built in silence, and it's deeply personal. That's why people often don't realize how strong they are until they watch a Sigma female overcome something that would crush someone else. They're not cold or emotionless. They've just learned how to handle pain without falling apart. They know that pain is a part of life, but instead of letting it control them, they let it shape them. They don't need to prove how hurt they are. They just move forward, wiser and stronger than before. By choosing to keep their struggles private, Sigma females develop a kind of power that's hard to see but impossible to shake. They don't break down in public. They don't seek pity. They grow quietly, finding strength in themselves. Over time, this makes them deeply self-sufficient and confident. What makes them so different is that they don't depend on anyone to fix their pain. They don't need a crowd to cheer them on. They carry their pain with dignity, using it as a stepping stone to become better and stronger. They don't let their past define them in a negative way. Instead, they turn every challenge into a lesson. They rise above pain instead of being stuck in it. This is where their real emotional power comes from, not from being untouched by pain, but from facing it and choosing to become better because of it. To sum it all up, Sigma females gain their emotional strength through tough life experiences. They're not born emotionally powerful. They build that power by going through hardships and learning from them. Pain is not their enemy. It's part of their journey. It helps shape who they are and gives them the tools they need to grow. Unlike people who seek comfort and sympathy, Sigma females carry their burdens quietly. They turn their pain into something useful. something that gives them wisdom, self-trust, and inner peace. And because they do this silently, their strength often goes unnoticed until it shines through in how gracefully they handle life's storms. Their ability to take pain, process it alone, and grow from it is what makes Sigma females truly unique. It's not just about surviving, it's about transforming. And through that transformation, they become powerful, independent, and emotionally unshakable. Emotional strength isn't just about getting back up after life knocks you down. It's about learning and growing stronger because of those tough times. For Sigma females, emotional resilience isn't just a skill, it's a way of life. But what makes their approach to pain so unique? While many people try to avoid emotional pain or let it define them, Sigma females see it as something that comes naturally with living. They don't label themselves as helpless or broken when they go through hard times. Instead, they see challenges as stepping stones to grow wiser and stronger. To them, emotional pain is not the end. It's the beginning of becoming a better version of themselves. When tough times come, they don't fall apart. They look at pain as a tool they can use to build themselves up. This ability to take painful moments and turn them into sources of strength makes Sigma females stand out. They understand that pain will come at some point in life, but they don't let it take over their story. It shapes them, helps them grow, and gives them the strength to face the world with confidence. For Sigma females, resilience isn't about pretending everything's fine or pushing feelings aside. It's about facing emotions head-on and using those experiences to become wiser, more grounded, and emotionally tougher. One of the main qualities of Sigma females is their independence. When life gets hard, they don't run to others looking for comfort or reassurance. They don't wait for someone to come save them or tell them everything will be okay. They believe in their own power to deal with emotions and find solutions. They trust themselves deeply. It's not that they don't care about others or avoid relationships. They just don't rely on anyone else to fix their problems. This self-trust is what gives them such strong emotional stability. Sigma females know they are responsible for their own healing and happiness. They don't expect someone else to guide their emotions or decisions. Instead, they take charge of their feelings, work through them, and move forward using their own inner strength. That's what makes them emotionally unshakable. Even when others try to tell them how to feel or how to react, Sigma females don't give in to outside pressure. They follow their own emotional path and listen to their instincts. Because of this, they're able to stay calm and steady even when life gets difficult. They don't let pain stop them. They face it and rise above it, using their own inner resources. When emotions are heavy and the world feels loud, many people run to friends, distractions, or social comfort. Sigma females, they turn inward. They embrace quiet moments and time alone as a way to understand their feelings and rebuild their strength. Being alone doesn't scare them. In fact, they find peace in it. Solitude gives them a quiet space where they can reflect, sort through emotions, and truly hear themselves think. This time, away from noise, and people helps them get clear about what they're feeling and what they need to do next. They don't run from their emotions, they sit with them. In the silence, they heal, recharge, and find new energy. They don't need constant company to feel whole. Instead, they use those quiet moments to process pain, let go of what's not serving them, and prepare to move forward. For Sigma females, time alone is powerful. It's not about being lonely, it's about using that space to grow. When they step back from the world, they're not hiding. They're recentering themselves so they can come back stronger, wiser, and more in control. One of the most impressive traits of Sigma females is how easily they adapt. Pain and change are part of life, and instead of getting stuck or overwhelmed, they adjust their mindset and keep going. Whether they lose someone, go through a breakup, or face sudden changes, they stay steady. They take time to understand what's happened, figure out their next step, and shift their energy toward progress. They don't waste energy fighting what they can't change. Instead, they focus on what they can do next. Sigma females know that life won't always follow their plan, and they're okay with that. When things go wrong, they don't panic. They look for the lesson and change direction. That's their superpower, turning setbacks into setups for a better future. This doesn't mean they don't feel pain. It just means they don't let it trap them. They know how to work through tough emotions and still take action. Their ability to adapt helps them handle whatever life brings with grace and resilience. Sometimes Sigma females step back from their emotions, and that can seem cold to people who don't understand them. But it's not a lack of care, it's a form of emotional protection. When emotions get too loud, they pause, step back, and think clearly before reacting. They've learned how to stop emotions from taking full control. Instead of letting anger or sadness make their decisions, they take a breath, get perspective, and respond with calm. This ability to detach for a moment gives them the power to make thoughtful, smart choices. It's not that they don't feel deeply, they do, but they don't let those deep emotions control their actions. They know that reacting on impulse can cause more harm, so they choose to stay balanced and level-headed, especially in tough situations. This kind of control gives them freedom. They don't get caught up in drama. They stay centered and focused, even when everything around them feels chaotic. It's not about shutting down emotionally. It's about knowing when to step back, reflect, and move forward with clarity. Conclusion. Sigma females show a kind of emotional strength that's quiet, steady, and deeply powerful. They don't avoid pain. They face it, learn from it, and use it to grow. Their independence, love for solitude, flexibility in tough times, and calm approach to emotions all come together to build unshakable resilience. They prove that true emotional strength doesn't come from hiding your pain or pretending to be okay. It comes from being honest with yourself, standing strong in your own power, and trusting your ability to grow through anything. In a world that often rushes to fix things or cover up feelings, Sigma females remind us of the quiet power of sitting with your pain, learning from it, and rising because of it, not despite it. Sigma females spend a lot of time thinking deeply about who they are. This ability to reflect helps them stay strong through hard times. They often stop and check how they feel, think about what they've been through, and try to learn from each experience. They don't just move on without thinking. They take each emotional setback as a chance to grow and become better. Instead of trying to escape their pain or pretending it doesn't exist, Sigma females look it in the eye. They know that pain is part of growing and becoming stronger. By facing their feelings, they start the healing process. They are not scared to look inside themselves and deal with what's hurting. They believe that understanding your own emotions is the first step to moving forward. Sigma females also understand that emotional pain doesn't last forever. They don't let it take over their whole life. Instead, they see it as a way to learn more about themselves and the world around them. This deep self-awareness helps them notice patterns in how they think and act. It helps them make smarter choices next time. Over time, They become more confident, emotionally wiser, and stronger when facing challenges. Sigma females don't just survive hard times, they grow stronger because of them. For them, pain becomes a source of wisdom. They don't see problems as things that block their happiness, but as chances to become better. Let's say someone betrays them emotionally. Instead of seeing it as a personal failure, they may take it as a reminder to set boundaries, value themselves, and forgive without carrying bitterness. They know that life will never be perfect. Ups and downs are simply part of being human, but they don't let bad experiences bring them down forever. Instead, they use them to rebuild themselves. Every hurt they go through helps shape a better version of who they are. They pause to reflect, figure out what went wrong, and use what they learn to move forward in a smarter way. Sigma females don't fear emotional pain. They use it to become stronger. With each setback, they grow in emotional strength. They don't let pain hold them back. They let it push them to new heights. When others might break, Sigma females rise. They know that every tough moment is a chance to grow, become more self-aware, and improve their emotional skills. Instead of breaking down during tough times, they see those moments as steps on the path to becoming even stronger. This ability to grow through hard times makes them not only resilient, but also ready to face anything life brings their way. They don't let the past decide who they will be. They use every lesson as a building block toward a future where they feel in control, confident, and powerful. While many people show their struggles openly, Sigma females deal with their pain quietly. This silent strength might go unnoticed at first, but it becomes clear over time. They rise from tough situations with a calm confidence that speaks louder than words. They don't feel the need to talk about every hardship they face. They don't try to gain sympathy or attention. Instead, they face their pain with dignity and grace. This can make others think they aren't hurting, but that's not true. They just choose to keep it to themselves, not because they're hiding it, but because they know they can handle it alone. This quiet way of handling pain can cause others to underestimate them. But those who truly look closer will see a woman who has faced deep pain and come out stronger. She doesn't scream about her battles, she wins them in silence. Sigma females don't let their suffering show on the outside. They feel it deeply, but instead of reacting with tears or outbursts, they take the pain in, learn from it, and keep moving. They don't stay stuck in their sadness. They focus on overcoming it, little by little. Over time, this inner strength becomes part of who they are. It's not something they brag about, it's just who they've become. Their strength grows quietly, without the need for applause. And that's what makes it so powerful, because it doesn't rely on others. It comes from deep within. Their ability to keep going, even when everything feels heavy, is something few can truly understand. They don't talk about being strong, they just are. That kind of quiet power is rare, and it can't be faked. People who really know Sigma females see how powerful they are, even when they don't show it. Their strength doesn't need to be proven, it's already there. And because it's not loud or flashy, it's even more powerful. It's a force that pushes them forward, no matter what. Being a Sigma female isn't just about being strong or independent. It also comes with its own set of hidden struggles. While people admire their confidence and mysterious nature, there's often a lot going on inside that no one else notices. Sigma females face emotional battles that they rarely speak about. Their strength doesn't mean they don't feel deeply. In fact, they often carry heavy feelings in silence. They might look calm and collected on the outside, but inside they are fighting battles that no one knows about. They often deal with loneliness, not because they don't want people around, but because few truly understand them. They value deep connections, but they won't settle for shallow ones. This can leave them feeling isolated, even when they're surrounded by others. They also make many personal sacrifices. They may choose growth over comfort, truth over popularity, and independence over fitting in. These choices aren't easy, but they make them anyway. And sometimes this makes life harder for them than it appears. Still, despite all of this, they don't complain. They don't ask for pity. They keep walking their path because they believe in becoming the best version of themselves, even when it's hard. Being a Sigma female means having both the courage to face pain and the strength to keep going. It means trusting yourself when others don't understand. It's a life of deep growth, quiet strength, and emotional wisdom. And even though the world might not always see what they go through, their strength is real, and it's unstoppable. Sigma females are known for their ability to stay calm even when everything around them feels like it's falling apart. They're the type of women who keep their cool, think clearly during chaos, and rarely let emotions take over. This calmness is part of what makes them so strong. It helps them stay focused, stand tall through challenges, and remain independent. But staying so emotionally steady isn't always easy. Behind that calm face is often someone carrying heavy emotional weight. Instead of crying, yelling, or breaking down, Sigma females hold it all inside. Anger, sadness, disappointment, even happiness sometimes. They don't always express what they feel, and that can quietly wear them down. Keeping emotions locked away might make them appear strong on the outside, but inside it can cause stress, anxiety, and emotional burnout. No one around them may notice the emotional storm they're going through because they don't show it. They look fine, but deep down they might be struggling with feelings that they never speak about. Still, Sigma females don't see this as weakness. They see it as part of their growth. Every hard moment they go through helps them build more inner strength. The stress teaches them how to stay calm under pressure. The anxiety reminds them they are still learning to manage their emotions. The tiredness from holding it all in becomes a lesson in mental endurance. These silent battles help them grow stronger, even when they feel like they're barely hanging on. Their ability to stay in control, even when it's hard, sharpens their inner strength. It's not about never feeling pain. It's about turning that pain into power. Another big challenge for Sigma females is how often they feel alone. They're not the type to join every group or follow the crowd just to belong. They love their independence and enjoy spending time with their own thoughts. But sometimes this independence makes them feel distant from other people. Unlike others who look for constant social interaction, Sigma females are different. They don't try to please people or change themselves just to fit in. They're happy being themselves, even if that means standing apart. But this can make them seem hard to approach. Others might think they're cold, unfriendly, or distant. The truth is, Sigma females care deeply, but they don't show it to just anyone. They want real, honest relationships. They don't enjoy fake smiles or shallow conversations. They want deep connections, but those are hard to find. Because of this, they might feel alone, even when surrounded by others. They want to be understood, to connect on a deeper level, but they also have trouble letting others in. They think they need to handle everything by themselves, which adds to their feeling of isolation. Yet, being alone isn't always bad for them. Sigma females use this time to think, grow, and reflect. While others may feel empty without company, Sigma females find meaning in solitude. They use it to build themselves up, improve their skills, and get closer to their goals. They don't need people around all the time to feel valuable or loved. Even though being alone can feel hard, they use it as a chance to reconnect with who they really are. It becomes a time of learning, not of loss. They know their worth comes from within, not from how many people surround them. One of the most important things to Sigma females is being real. They want to live honestly, without pretending to be someone they're not. They value truth and openness, and they don't like playing roles just to make others happy. They want real relationships, where they can be themselves completely. But in today's world, being authentic isn't easy. Society often tells women how they should look, act, or speak. It expects them to follow certain rules to be accepted. But Sigma females don't like those rules. They feel trapped by them. So they choose to live by their own truth, even if it means not fitting in. This choice can be lonely. Sometimes it means walking away from a group just to stay true to who they are. It means choosing honesty over comfort. Sigma females would rather be alone than pretend to be something they're not. Still, this journey isn't always smooth. They sometimes question if being different is worth the struggle. It hurts when others don't understand them. But even through the pain, they keep choosing to be themselves. To them, living a fake life isn't worth it. Their goal isn't to meet expectations, but to live with purpose. They find joy in knowing they are honest with themselves. Even if others don't get it, they feel proud of the choices they've made. Over time, this commitment to being real gives them peace, strength, and self-respect. They don't need people to approve of them. They don't need praise. What they need is to live life in a way that feels true. And that's what gives them power, the kind that comes from within. One of the strongest qualities of a Sigma female is her ability to set clear boundaries without feeling guilty about it. In a world where women are often taught to be agreeable, to say yes, even when they mean no, Sigma females do the opposite. They honor their limits. They understand that constantly giving to others without protecting their own space leads to emotional burnout. But setting boundaries doesn't come without its struggles. Many times, when a Sigma female starts saying no, people push back. Friends may call her distant. Family might label her selfish. Society often expects women to be overly accommodating, but Sigma females break that expectation. They understand that emotional well-being depends on protecting their energy. If someone drains them, disrespects them, or crosses a line, they distance themselves. No drama, no loud confrontation, just a quiet but firm line that cannot be crossed again. This isn't coldness, it's wisdom. Sigma females have learned the hard way that not everyone deserves access to their hearts, their minds, or their time. Through pain, they've realized the importance of choosing peace over people-pleasing. And, while some may misunderstand their boundaries as arrogance or detachment, the truth is, it's self-respect in action. They know that saying no isn't rejection, it's redirection. It's not about being difficult, it's about protecting what's sacred, their mental space, emotional balance, and peace of mind. And in doing so, they keep themselves whole. Rejection is a hard pill to swallow for anyone. It hurts when people walk away, when doors close, or when life says, "Not this time." But Sigma females, they've learned to see rejection through a different lens. To them, rejection is not the end. It's a redirection. It's life pointing them toward a better path, even if it hurts in the moment. They've been passed over, left behind, or underestimated more times than they can count. But instead of shrinking, they rise. Every no they've ever heard became the fuel to create their own yes. They don't beg for chances. They build them. They don't chase what left. They grow beyond it. This shift in perspective is what makes them different. Where others see rejection as failure, Sigma females see it as protection, maybe even a blessing in disguise. They believe that if something didn't work out, it probably wasn't aligned with their purpose. And rather than forcing a door to open, they find a new one, stronger and better suited for them. It's not easy. Rejection still stings. But Sigma females don't let that pain linger. They learn from it. They let it refine them, not define them. And slowly, but surely, they become masters at turning emotional setbacks into stepping stones. For the Sigma female, rejection doesn't mean she's not good enough. It means the world hasn't seen her full power yet. To wrap things up, when you look at a Sigma female from the outside, she might seem completely put together, calm, distant, and in control. But underneath that quiet strength is a world of silent battles. She fights to stay balanced emotionally. She faces loneliness with grace. She seeks to stay true to herself, even when the world tells her to change. These challenges don't weaken her. In fact, they are what shape her into the woman others admire. Her pain becomes her power. Her solitude becomes her teacher. And her truth becomes her shield. Sigma females don't just get through life, they grow through it. Every struggle, every tough moment is a lesson that helps her become more resilient and more confident. She doesn't hide from her pain. She learns from it. And that's what makes her unstoppable. Her path may be quiet, and her struggles may go unseen, but the strength she gains along the way is undeniable. Through all the storms, she discovers a deeper part of herself, one that shines with courage, clarity, and quiet strength. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and maybe subscribe to the channel while you're at it. It means the world to us. Click on the videos on screen to learn more about the world of the Sigma females. I'll see you in the next one. Until next time.